Hello, friends. Welcome to the Coach Training Partners podcast. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting. And this show is part of the larger Capitalize Your Best podcast network of shows. On Mondays, we have This Is Gonna Hurt, which is our personal growth podcast, helping you make a better you. On Tuesdays, we have this show, Coach Training Partners, which is a show that helps coaches create programs and grow their revenue. On Wednesday, we have the Capitalize Your Best podcast, which is our business and marketing show. On Thursdays, we don't have a formal podcast, but we have a live 11 a.m. coaching call within the Capitalize Your Best online community. I'll tell you about that a little bit more at the end. And then on Fridays, we have You're Entitled to Your Opinion, which is a pop culture podcast. But friends, thank you so much for returning. Your likes, shares, and comments and reviews mean so much. One of the questions I have received over and over again is, why did I retire from ministry at age 50 and then move into a marketing and coaching business? Well, there's a long story behind that, but in brief, I've always been a consultant or coach, basically going back to '03. When I went into full-time seminary work to get my master's degree, we had to make a living, and I started coaching and consulting eye doctors because I had run an eye clinic. So essentially, I went from running one eye clinic to being able to coach and consult and manage on demand. And so as I did that through seminary, and then I went into church planting, which is where you go to a town and start another church, I continued coaching and consulting. And so that grew throughout my entire ministerial period, because as a church planter, you quite often have to have a second job. So coaching and consulting eye doctors, moved into dental, into medical, and then it really went into any field whatsoever. And then in 2020, I retired formally from ministry and I went into coaching and consulting and marketing full time. And so many folks have asked, well, one, how did you do it? Or what were the 3 steps you took? Because even just the other day, I was speaking to a buddy of mine who is ready to retire from ministry, 25 plus years. He's worked so hard. And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I see people in this situation right now corporately in the coaching I'm doing, and they're like, I don't know what to do. So I wanted to share the steps that I took to prepare me and my family as we were leaving from the pulpit into coaching, or where it might be helpful for you whenever you are going from your profession into coaching. The first thing I did before retiring from ministry and going full time into coaching and consulting is I took an honest reckoning. Here's what I mean by that. We streamlined our finances. We got prepared to make less money for a season of time. We even sold our house to pay off all of our debt and then move into a smaller house for a season of time. It was an honest reckoning. I sat down with my family. I was like, these next few years are going to be very different. I might have more time with you, but I'm going to be working harder, a lot more evenings, a lot more weekends. And it's going to take hard work to make this transition from a career of 20 years into a coaching, consulting, and marketing business. And the family understood it, but it was an honest reckoning. It was asking myself, what am I willing to sacrifice to do this? And if you are considering going into coaching or to even make a career change, you've got to make that honest assessment. What are you willing to sacrifice? Time, money, relationships, whatever the case may be, to do it? Quite honestly, if I had to do it over again, I would have made more sacrifices. There are areas where I see I could have sacrificed more that would have made the business grow quicker and multiply our impact quicker. But I know that we did the big things we need to do. We sold our house. We paid off our debt. We helped our kids get set up for colleges and new careers. I went headlong into massive amounts of studying. I paid for coaching myself. That honest reckoning, realizing I can't do it on my own, I need help, that's what makes a difference at the very beginning if you are thinking about going into coaching. And it's the thing that I did to get me started. One overlooked step that you might take when you are going into coaching is quiet preparation. Here's what I mean. After 20 years of being a pastor, all of a sudden I was going to move into coaching and consulting. And it wasn't something I could just tell folks, hey, I'm going into coaching and consulting. There was a 6-month period where we were doing the honest reckoning that I mentioned before, but I needed to do quiet preparation. I didn't tell a lot of people about what I was going to do. In fact, it was less than 5 people before I made my announcement. And I did the quiet preparation. I did the work like, hey, Are you going to be okay with this identity shift? What would it mean for people to see you as a marketing coach versus a pastor? How are you going to handle the criticism? What are you going to do if you lose friends? Because all of those things happened. Criticism came my way. I lost friends. I had to work a lot harder. I did it in quiet. Less than 5 people knew about what we were going to do. Amy, of course, and the girls knew, but outside that circle, less than 5 people. And that quiet preparation for months prepared me to be able to just go and flip a switch. In October, I was a full-time pastor. In November, I was a marketing agency owner and coach. And if you're going to make the leap into coaching, or if you're going to make a career change, I cannot stress enough that quiet preparation. If you want to make a career change, or you want to go into coaching, at some point in time, you're going to have to make a courageous leap. Now, there's different types of courageous leaps. My courageous leap was full one job here, another job there. Like, I made the immediate career change. I'm going to make a living off of this new job that I'm creating. Your courageous leap might be creating your program and telling everyone, which is a risk. People will be like, well, who are you? What do you know? But at some point in time, you have to make a courageous leap. You can't just kind of quietly do it. At some point in time, you got to say, hey, everyone, I'm an expert in this field and I'd love to help you with it. That's a courageous leap. Or you might say, hey, I'm leaving this career. I'm going into this career. That's a courageous leap. The courageous leap might actually be for you to tell your spouse. But at some point in time, you've got to make the leap and you've got to go all in towards that. You got to go all into coaching, all into marketing your coaching, all in learning how to be a coach, all in at some point in time. That looks different for everyone. For me, it was telling everybody, getting ready, that honest preparation, that honest reckoning, that quiet prep. And then I made the leap, told them I was retiring, and I jumped into a new career. But if you really want to make a career at coaching, you're going to have to make a courageous leap. Friends, if you would like to learn how to make a coaching program, create one, or grow revenue, please reach out to me. At Capitalize Marketing, we have a specific program called Capitalize Your Best that will walk you through your specific skill sets, show you how to create a program, and then how to monetize it. We have a fantastic track record of success for people who've gone through the program. I'd love to help you avoid the mistakes that I made and help you make more money quicker. I'd love to see you monetize that quicker. So reach out to us. I'd love to tell you how you can do it and how you can be a part of it. And if you would like to make the first leap by joining the Capitalize Your Best online community, that's only $29 a month. We have daily coaching. We have a Wednesday book club. We have a Thursday coaching call. We have an end-of-month seminar, free and paid courses, so much. $29 a month. It's cheaper than a tank of gas, and it'll take you a lot further. So friends, if you'd like to know about any of those things, reach out. But more than anything else, thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks so much, friends. Bye-bye.